Welcome to this explainer. If you're looking to break into the finance sector, understanding the exact structure of your training is absolutely vital. Today, we're unpacking exactly what your journey is going to look like inside the comprehensive CDI College Accounting and Payroll Administrator program. We're going to break down the blueprint of this program together and look closely at how it's designed to transform you into a highly sought-after professional in less than a year. All right, let's take a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll be covering your path to payroll, building the foundation, mastering core skills, real-world experience, and finally, your future career. Let's jump right in. Starting off with Section 1, your path to payroll. One of the program's absolute crown jewels is its industry alignment. See, completing this diploma doesn't just hand you a piece of paper from the college, it actually fulfills the core and elective credit requirements for the highly sought-after National Payroll Institute's PCP designation. That stands for Payroll Compliance Professional, in case you were wondering. Having that specific alignment baked right into your studies gives you a massive competitive edge right out of the gate.
Now let's talk about your time commitment. And it really boils down to the number 920. That is the total number of program hours you're going to complete, spread it across 46 intensive weeks as a full-time student. Make no mistake, this isn't some breezy, high-level overview. We're talking about a robust, completely immersive experience that is literally designed to change your career trajectory in under a year.
So how does that 46-week journey actually play out? Well, it's broken down into 4 really distinct logical phases of growth. You're not just going to jump straight into complex tax laws on day 1. Instead, you'll move sequentially through an introductory phase, a rigorous core phase, a work skills phase, and finally, a hands-on 5-week practicum. Let's break down exactly what happens in each of these steps.
Moving on to Section 2, building the foundation.
Before you even touch any specialized accounting software, you're going to pack your professional briefcase with the absolute essentials. You'll spend 60 hours mastering Microsoft Word, plus 40 hours each on Excel and Outlook. But it's not all just software. There's also a 20-hour Student Success Strategies course that builds up your personal foundation. It teaches crucial study habits, personal financial literacy, and, get this, even the fundamentals and applications of artificial intelligence in the modern workplace. Pretty cool, right?
All right, on to Section 3, mastering core skills.
This is where you really start learning the language of business. In Accounting Fundamentals 1, you're dedicating 60 solid hours to the absolute bedrock of finance. We're talking double-entry bookkeeping, analyzing transactions, and putting together basic financial statements. From there, you immediately level up in Fundamentals 2. For another 60 hours, you'll be tackling retail merchandising inventories, cost of sales, and specialized accounting information systems. It builds perfectly.
Next up is what I like to call the software showdown. Because let's face it, in today's financial world, just knowing the theory isn't enough. You've got to have that technical fluency. So the program gives you a deep 80-hour dive into computerized accounting with Sage 50, where you learn how to set up entire environments from scratch, record ledgers, and build budgets. And that's contrasted with 40 targeted hours of QuickBooks mastery, focusing more on managing customer accounts and exporting data. Learning both systems ensures you're incredibly adaptable to whatever tech stack a future employer throws at you.
Now, for the dedicated payroll track, you've got these 3 sequential courses. Think of them as your exact stepping stones to that PCP certification we talked about earlier. First, you start by wrapping your head around employment law and compliance legislation. Then, in Fundamentals 1, you're calculating regular and non-regular individual net pay, plus handling records of employment. Finally, Fundamentals 2 has you calculating complex organizational remittances for both federal and provincial stakeholders. This isn't just fluffy theory, guys. This is highly specialized, highly in-demand knowledge. But here's the thing. Numbers are really only half the job. Communication is absolutely key, which is exactly why you'll conquer effective business writing and customer relations. You're also going to learn the nuts and bolts of Canadian personal income tax, and maybe the most brilliant part? A 40-hour human resources course that's infused with cutting-edge AI applications. It shows you exactly how artificial intelligence is actively changing the way real companies plan and hire right now.
Which brings us to Section 4, real-world experience.
Before you actually step foot into a real office, the work skills phase steps in to polish up your professional presence. You'll learn how to uncover the hidden job market, evaluate your own personal strengths, and build up solid conflict resolution skills. You'll even leverage AI to help craft a standout, totally authentic resume, and do videotaped mock interviews. The whole goal is making absolutely sure your delivery is flawless when it actually matters.
And that brings us to the second crown jewel of the entire program, 100
Dollars. That's the exact number of mandatory, built-in practicum hours you are going to complete.
During this 5-week placement, I promise you, you won't just be fetching coffee. You're going to be actively doing the job. You'll be executing actual journal entries, running that computerized payroll software you mastered, processing monthly accruals, and even handling real customer reception duties just like a regular employee. It's the ultimate bridge between the classroom and your actual career, giving you the exact real-world experience that employers are screaming for.
So, the obvious question you're probably asking yourself right now is, what happens after graduation? Where does all this intense preparation and 920 hours of hard work actually lead you in the professional world? Let's find out in Section 5, Your Future Career.
Armed with your brand new diploma and your eligibility for that National Payroll Institute designation, you can target a massive variety of roles across both the public and private sectors. You're definitely not boxed into just one job title. You could step in as an accounting technician, an audit clerk, a dedicated accounts payable or receivable clerk, or a full-fledged payroll administrator. Basically, every single business, big or small, desperately needs people who can accurately manage their money and pay their employees.
Actually, the official occupational profile says it perfectly. It notes that individuals with related post-secondary studies who possess good knowledge of computers and software applications will be in high demand. And by spending 120 hours specifically mastering Sage and QuickBooks during your training, you're giving the job market exactly the combination of accounting theory and software fluency it's asking for. You're hitting the nail right on the head.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, we've looked at the complete roadmap, the rigorous theory, the modern AI integration, and those 100 hours of real-world practice. It's a lot, right? But I'll leave you with this final thought. In an economy that ruthlessly rewards specialized skills, are you going to settle for just another job, or are you ready to fundamentally upgrade your professional value? Thanks so much for joining me to explore this fascinating program.